Hey guys, welcome back. It has been my mission lately to do reviews on things that are out of the ordinary, whether it's local business items or scenery items or just something that's not your typical run-of-the-mill locomotive or piece of rolling stock. And today is no different because we're taking a look at Broadway Limited's Thunder or Lightning and Thunder system, and we're going to see exactly what you get in this box for an MSRP of $129.98. So with that said, let's get started checking this system out right now. Alright, so we're going to unbox this to see what comes in this package. Operator's manual. Got some cardboard inserts. And it looks like the main package with some sort of foam piece and some extra pieces here. Let's go ahead and move the box out of the way and see exactly what we're dealing with here. I'll open this side box first. See what all's in here. It looks like cables and a push button to trigger the Thunder and Lightning. You've got an AC adapter and 4 screws. And on this we're going to take a look at what's in the package here. It's all sealed up, so I'll be opening this like so and pulling this out of the plastic here. Something went flying, so let me grab that. It looked like an adapter. So terminal plug went flying here, and inside here you have a silica pack, keep moisture out of the LED strips. So for those of you who don't know, this is a plug and play of sorts Thunder and Lightning system. If you've got something to conceal it with above the layout, you can tuck these in the layout that way, or you can lay them up against a backdrop and conceal them with buildings or a row of rolling stock or trees or whatever the case is. So there's your strip of LEDs. Alright, for about half an hour I was looking for my measuring tape because I figured you guys might want to know how long these strips are, and you've got 15 inches. I probably could have googled that or something, but who knows. So both strips 15 inches. Just check the other one. That one's actually a little longer. It looks like 15 and a half. Alright, so let's go over some of the parts that we just unboxed to show you where everything goes. You simply plug the AC adapter in there. This controls your volume. It's plenty loud by itself from what I hear, but you can also hook up this RCA cable connection with the available RCA jack to go to the subwoofer, or to a subwoofer, or the Broadway Limited Rolling Thunder subwoofer. And if you have the Broadway Limited Rolling Thunder subwoofer and you want both your locomotive and the Lightning and Thunder to work simultaneously, or simultaneously I should say, you have this Y splitter that will allow you to do so. So that's those parts. You've got the terminal block so you can easily connect all the wires here, but the red here, it shows you right here on the control box here that red is shared in the middle here, and then you have black on each side, and then the last two are for the button. And this button here, as you see in the package, has 2 wires, so those are the last 2, and you have screws to mount the button. And then you have these screws, which are actually for these 4 prongs here to connect to the underside of your layout. That's what they suggest for optimal sound, etc. use. So that's everything. This wedges in between when you're pushing it up on your layout to mount it, and it's really that simple for the lightning and thunder to get set up. So I'm going to go ahead and set everything up, and we'll test some of the claims of Broadway Limited on this system. Alright, I've got everything hooked up. AC power. You've got the push button, which is just out of frame right here, hooked up. You have the LED strips. Again, two approximately 15-inch long strips right here, hooked up. The red is shared in the middle, like shown there. And then you have this foam thing that this would normally be on the underside of the layout, but I've got it on top here. So I did everything, hooked everything up in 8 minutes and almost 14 seconds there on my high quality, high-end watch. Don't be jealous of the Timex brand. I know it's very, very elite. So everything's hooked up, and we're going to test a couple things here. Broadway Limited claims if you push the button, you get a bolt of thunder lightning right away. We'll do that. Checking to make sure all the LED strips light up, and they do, or all LED lights on the strip light up. And then there's also two different modes. There's manual mode, which is what it's in now, or you can hold it for 2 seconds. If you get 2 blinks, that's automatic mode, where it'll eventually trigger automatic sounds. Now if I hit it again and hold it, it blinks once. Now we're back to manual mode. And those are the two modes, and so far their claims of the feedback from the lights to indicate are all working, and I'll have to report back to you later in this video on whether automatic works after waiting for a couple minutes to see how long it takes. In the meantime, I'm going to put a simple scene set up with just a barn here, and I'm going to show you what the lights would look like completely dark. We'll cut out all the lights in here with just the LED lights positioned above the layout. No trains running by or anything. And then I'm going to do it on the backdrop. I'm going to put it on the backdrop, cover it up with buildings for you guys that don't have valences, so you can see if you have some buildings lined up behind a backdrop, how that would look projecting up. So let's do that right now. Okay, so there's just a quick view with the lights on, just for reference. Now we're going to kill lights and look at the lightning and thunder effects. Now some folks may want to see what they're doing when they're operating this, so I'm going to leave a light on, and this is now on the ground, buildings obstructing, and these LED strips are shooting up. There's only one LED strip in this case, just to show you what that looks like. And now I'm going to kill lights and show you what it looks like in complete darkness. We have 2 strips here. Two strips. Here's kind of an aerial view I've got of my backdrop, and just a few buildings smushed together with the strips still on the ground facing up. Still looks pretty good, I think. Now many of you are probably wondering why I didn't mount this on the underside of my layout, and the answer is because I've been moving it around my layout for different tests on different scenes and such. And one of the tests is to see if the subwoofer actually supplements the sound like Broadway Limited claims. So I'm going to go ahead and hit this button. I've got everything hooked up to the subwoofer, and we'll see if the subwoofer kicks in. If you have a subwoofer at home, the best chance for you to hear this is to actually use that for this video. So I'm going to hit the button now. And I did hear the subwoofer kick in with a low rumble pretty much throughout, so it does supplement the sound and makes it a nice bass sound that supplements the sound from this box. So works as advertised, as Broadway Limited had claimed. So guys, I was gonna skip automatic mode, but after testing it, it's just too cool to pass up. So I'm gonna let you listen to the sequence. Starts with the storm kind of building. You hear sounds of rain and you hear animals barking, wind howling. Eventually there's a siren that kicks in even. You have the thunderstorm that comes and goes. And here it is. So there you have the automatic mode. It'll do it again here in a few minutes. It's about a 90-second sequence altogether. Another note to make is the LED strips are laying on the ground on this one. I think I've only got about 6 inches between the second main line and the backdrop. If you have more of a depth on your layout, it'll probably be better for the LED strips to lay on the ground. This is a little bright, but if you can space it out a little more, it won't look like it's coming straight up or being as bright on the backdrop as you may have seen here, but I still think it looks good. And you see automatic mode is back that fast. Let's move on. Whew, that was a long review. It may not turn out to be so much on the video, but running around on the layout took a lot of time to set this up and actually run around and film on different parts of the layout. And usually after a very long review, I'm pretty crabby. Don't want to really talk or deal with anybody, but I had a lot of fun. I felt like a kid running around the layout filming this review because this system is so much fun. I had a blast with it. I have tested everything Broadway Limited claims and everything works as advertised, from the automatic and manual modes to the interface with the Paragon 3 subwoofer or the Paragon 3 locomotives working at the same time as the subwoofer, which is the only thing I didn't test on camera. But everything works as advertised, which is great. And I had a lot of fun doing it, like I said. I prefer the overhead lighting if it was in a valance, but I don't have valances. But if you do the lighting where it shoots up from the ground, you probably just want to create some distance between that and the backdrop, or it may look a little too bright. But overall, I was happy with both videos, above and below, to show you what they looked like. And I had fun doing it. Now, my final thoughts are, for an MSRP of $129.99, and it's going to be released here shortly if it's not already out on the market, so the price is good, and then you get discounts that could put it around the $100 mark, or if they're very aggressive discounts, maybe even below the $100 mark slightly. So you're going to have a very nice set that will add an accessory to your layout. And I get that some modelers don't like accessories, but I'll tell you this, if nothing else, it attracts kids into our hobby, because this is something that they're interested in. My 5-year-old was interested in it, and we're going to play with it later. And we need that. We need to replace ourselves. We need to grow our hobby, or else it won't thrive as much as it has in the past, or even what it is currently if we don't do so. I'm going to have fun with this. I hope you guys have fun with it too. And I'm going to leave you with one final run by on my river scene. It's going to be the LED lights above, so in a valance type style, and I'll have a Broadway Limited AC 6000 pulling a short consist, so I hope you enjoy that. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time right here on my channel. Take care.